Okay, Dirty Kanza 2016. This is what I'm going to be carrying on my bike with me during the race. So first of all, the necessary change kits, not these, those can go. 2 tubes, just normal tubes. I have some elastic bands around them. You never know when those come in handy. Might come in handy, and anyhow they keep the tubes compact. Okay, I keep them in just a plastic Ziploc bag, and this thing has seen better days, but it does keep the the nylon of the bag from wearing holes in your spares, right? So you don't want that when you need the spare, you put it on, the spare's got a hole too. You don't want that. So basic multi-tool, important, with a chain breaker. Okay, go see my DK200 practice video. I needed this chain breaker, and luckily it did the job, right? So that's got a chain breaker, pretty much everything you might need except for pliers, and additionally this Topic multi-tool has the sides pop off, and those are tire levers, and it's also a spoke wrench, and so you got 2 tire levers there, and one of them is used to work the screw on the chain breaker. So handy tool, and pretty light too. The only drawback, some people might say, is that these tire levers are plastic, not metal, and they don't have any metal backing. So if you have one of those, a lot of foldable tires have a bead that's hard to get on, and you got to really pry on them. So if you have one of those, you know that's a consideration if you're going to pick this tool. I don't. I'm running a wire bead right now, so it doesn't bother me. This is just, I have a little first aid kit in here, so hopefully I'll never have to use it, but just it's got some alcohol wipes, which are also good for fixing a flat. If you have to use a patch, use the alcohol wipe to clean it off, but good for general first aid. And then I have some Steri strips, some liquid bandage, and I think this is something else I want to show you in here that I keep in my first aid kit that has nothing to do with first aid, are some extra quick links. One of the things I found out on my DK200 practice earlier this year, my chain broke. I had a quick link on my chain. I was, fairly far into the ride, a little bit tired, maybe not 100% clear mind, and when I took the chain apart, I just left the quick link hanging off, and I lost both of them. So number one, I felt stupid for losing them. I should have paid attention to that. First thing when I took the chain off, grabbed those. I'm going to need them. So it didn't stop me, got the chain back together, but later on I think it was a complication when I ripped off my derailleur. So anyhow, I thought, wow, really dumb. A&D, how about you for, what, 15 grams and $3? Why don't you just put like 3 of those in there, so that way you'll always have them. So this quick links chain breaker solve a lot of your chain problems. So yeah, so Steri strips, triple antibiotic, just some basic first aid stuff. I hope I never have to use this, but not just for me, but what if some other rider has problems, anyhow, good to have around. Patches, 2 tubes, sealant in the tubes that are on the bike, some patches, hopefully longest, I think the longest stage between rest points this year is like 62 miles. So hopefully, if I have more flats than that in a 62-mile time frame, my goodness, that's going to be a bad race. Everybody's going to have something like this. This is my Lazine mini pump, still in my bag. I did another video on this. reliable, light, doesn't take up much room, no muss, no fuss. It's been good to me so far, so it's coming along for the ride. Right? So those are things I think pretty much everybody's going to have. Maybe not the first aid kit, maybe not the extra quick links, but so one thing that some people might not have. This is a chain tensioner. Several of these on the market. One of the things I discovered when I broke my chain and then ripped off my derailleur was that I always told myself, well, if I rip off my derailleur, I'll just make it into a single speed and limp to the next aid zone, or and fix it up there. So what I discovered was it's harder to make it into a single speed than I thought, make my bike into a single speed than I thought. So I thought, wow, maybe I just better put a chain tensioner in there. That'll make it easy. Get me to my sport crew, and then I've made sure that in my spares kit, not only do I have a couple of wheels waiting for me, but I got an extra derailleur as well. So this is almost certainly going overboard. I don't think you're going to see probably anybody else in the race carrying a chain tensioner in their bag, but I have the room in my bag, and it was no fun ripping my derailleur off and not be able to get going again. So I don't want to experience that again. So needless weight to carry? Yep, probably. But I'm not going to get stopped by a freaking ripped off derailleur again. I'm going to get to the end of the race, or I'll die of exhaustion. But it's not going to be a mechanical that knocks me out of this race. So anyhow, those are some things I'm keeping in my bag.